a profile on here, but I want to see some ones in the comments. Ones in the comments, y'all. Let me make sure you guys are alive here with me. um, yes, I heard without an agent, there's just some things that you can't make happen. That's why I'm here. Absolutely. I mean, it's really, really important that you all know, yes, you can go far. And I know, Zuli, you've booked a lot of things. Let me see some more ones in the comments, y'all. I need some interaction to make sure that you all are here with me. Um, so, yes, you are correct. It's extremely important that you have a great team, right? Not only for them to pitch you and represent you, but you want to tap into the relationships that they have. You want to type into the relationships that they have, right? If they have relationships and they already have clients on certain shows, why wouldn't you want to be a part of their team? You already know that they have a synergy and a connection to the type of shows that you want to book, right? So why wouldn't you? What's up, Tiffany? Let me know that you're here and settled. I see you just came in. Just let me know. Go ahead and type that you're here for me. So I know the students are talking to each other here, but it's really, really important. So the first thing that everyone, I know some, we're mixed with people in here. There are some people who are beginners. There are some people who are experienced, right? But this first tip is going to be applicable to both. All right. So the first thing that you need to be doing is you need to be signed up on IMDb Pro. IMDb Pro. It stands for the Internet Movie Database. When you're signed up on there, this is going to be the first step that you're going to take simply because when you're signed up on IMDb Pro, the next strategies that I'm going to share with you come from first you having an account on IMDb Pro. And anybody in entertainment who says they're doing anything should have an account on IMDb Pro. That is the factor that really it's the legitimate factor that makes you real in this industry. So many people are talking about their producers, writers, they're this, they're that, and they don't even have any of their credits. All the major networks use IMDb Pro to reference any actor that you respect is on this platform. So some of you may be saying, well, I have that already, but are you utilizing it properly? Are you utilizing it properly? Because there is a way that you can start to build connections with agents and also with producers, with directors, with writers. This is how I built a lot of connections in my own world. So it's really important. I'm waving at everybody that has come in. It's really important that you focus on creating an IMDb Pro account. Pay the 19 bucks, get in there, upload your photo, really set up your profile, fill out everything because this is going to be your key weapon in networking. Tiffany, are you here? Are you here? Let me know. This is going to be the key thing in networking. You networking on IMDb Pro is going to be one of the main, like when I tell you, when you know how to navigate this, it's going to be super important because when you're signed up on there, now you get to see what things are in pre production. You get to see what agents are attached to certain things. So make sure that's the first step. That's the first step. I'm going to bring my student up who is in the place right now of getting a talent agent. So let me see some number twos in the comments, and I'm going to bring Tiffany up and we're going to do a live coaching and you're going to see the advice I give her. So live vicariously through Tiffany because when she first came to us, she came with a clean slate. We all start from somewhere, right? She started from scratch. So when she first came to us, she had a dream. We gave her a whole plan exactly on what to do as far as how to get herself out there, what kind of headshots she would need, and really how to start to package her gift into a business. And we were talking about that yesterday, right? We were talking about packaging yourself into the business that you are because a lot of us don't realize that we're walking, talking businesses, right? We have to be packaged in the business aspect, simply because if you're a great actor and you know the craft aspect, but you don't know the business aspect, it's a little worthless. Because if you're a great actor in your basement and you don't know how to communicate with people and nobody knows you don't know how to communicate online or offline, then it's going to be very, very difficult for you to start booking work. So we're going to really talk about how to package yourself properly to be taken serious, and then place yourself strategically in front of executives, talent agents, and people who you want to collaborate with. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring Tiffany seriously through Tiffany, because some of you are at this stage right now.
Hold on. Sorry. Hold on.
That's okay.
There we go. I had to flip it.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing, amazing. So good. I'm so glad that we get to do this here, because we were going to do this privately, but I was like, you know what? Why not have everyone live vicariously through Tiffany? Because some people are
Mhm.
at the place that she's at right now, and some people are like, oh my god, okay, I have my package, I got my website, I got my headshots, I have my demo reel, but I do not have an agent. I don't have a team. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So Tiffany, I think that your connection is a little bad.
Um,
Um it keeps doing a little circle thing, which when it okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. All right, Tiffany. So tell us a little bit about your story. The people want to know, when you first came to Actors Jumpstart, what did you have together and what were your goals? Do you all see that circle thing on Tiffany? Okay, guys, in the comments. Okay, we're gonna get Tiffany back in. I think she's having a bad connection. We'll try one more time. If not, then I'll just go ahead and share the tips with you all either way. But let's get Tiffany back on here. I'm inviting her back in.
Hold on. I don't know. This thing is weird. Okay.
Okay, that's better. Let me know in the
Okay.
comments. Can you hear both of us clearly? Go ahead and type in the comments if you can hear us. They're saying,
I'm,
is she still blurry now? I can see her clearly now. We both have white on. Are you? We did not plan this.
no, you didn't. I'm at
That's
home.
hilarious. How do we do this?
I'm in my PJs. So right now, you got me at a really great time.
You're comfy. I love it. I love
Pretty
it.
much.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so everyone is saying that they can hear you now, and
Okay.
everything is clear. So tell us a little backstory. When you first came to Actors Jumpstart, what was the point of you signing up? What did you have together? What didn't you have together?
So when I came to Actors Jumpstart, I literally had nothing. I had a bunch of pretty pictures that I could post to social media, pretty much. Nothing that I could actually use specifically for acting. So joining Actors Jumpstart actually gave me the direction that I needed. There was no promises. It was literally guidance. And there's a difference between giving someone a like giving someone a promise, telling them, "Oh, I promise you this," as opposed to basically saying, "No, let me guide you so that way you can get from
Mm-hmm.
point A to point B." That's how I actually operate. I don't want to hear promise. I want you to actually guide me. Okay, this is how you do this. This is the second step. This is the third step. This is the fourth step. Trust me, I'm gonna get it. So yeah.
And literally, you trusted me, and I'm so grateful that you did.
Yes.
And a year ago, when you first
Yep.
joined, you look back and you're like, what have you accomplished in this year working with us?
So I joined Actors Jumpstart. I think it's September, correct? Did I join you in
Oh
September, or
wow,
was
it
it at
has
the end
been
of?
September, I think. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
So I've basically been with you for a year.
yes.
And what I basically accomplished was, okay, so one of the first goals that I said that I wanted when I had joined you was headshots.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the one thing that we talked about that I was like, I know I need. And you was like, so if you know it, why don't you go do it? And I was like, why don't I go do it? I was, why don't I go do this? So my first goal, and technically my first assignment from Actors Jumpstart from Kendall, was to go and find a photographer who does headshots. And that's exactly what I did. I Googled headshot photographers out here in New York, and I looked at their websites. I read their reviews, and one photographer, I don't know why she stood out to me, but she stood out to me, and her name is Dorothy She. So if you're in New York and you're ever, and if
Yeah,
you're
she's
looking for
good.
headshots, I'm putting y'all on Dorothy She, SHI. Very, very great photographer. She really captured me in the best of lights. I literally have no words, but that was one of my first assignments, literally to go and get those headshots. And when I got those headshots, she sent them back to me with literally within 12 hours of like after my shoot with her. And I was able to post it on my Instagram. And it
Mm-hmm.
really kind of boosted,
Mm-hmm.
my appearance of setting my account up as an actor and transitioning
Mm-hmm.
out of what I was doing before, which was songwriting. And then the next month was, okay, now you got your headshots. You got a website? It's like, I mean, that was part of the plan.
And
And then
then your name. We were
and
like,
that same
okay,
day, yes,
you got the
we,
domain.
yep, we were going through names, and I came up with a really cool sly one, and I bought the domain name literally 15 minutes after we got off the phone. I mean, off that live call, or maybe an hour, because I had to go home because I was, going home after work, and signed up for that domain, worked on that website. By that Friday, my website was live.
Mm.
So
Okay,
yeah.
y'all, pause. What do you notice in Tiffany? What I notice in Tiffany is she's an action taker. She trusted me. She
Hmm.
trusted me and said, "You know what? Let's see. I see the other people got results. Let's try it. Let me try to do these steps." And literally, she did the steps. And then what happened? After you got your website, what was the next step that you got?
My goal was to. I think my initial goal was to get like a commercial agent or just an
Mm-hmm.
agent period.
Yep.
And yeah, that happened. Thanks to Dorothy and the company I actually previously worked for. I got a new job, guys. So thank you. Um, Shameless plug. But yeah, the old job that I worked for was an electronic company, and one of the things that we specialized in, especially during the pandemic, was ring lights. And Dorothy's husband was actually an actor. I didn't actually know that, but he was an actor. And I sent her a free sample of a ring light. Her husband loved it, and she actually introduced me to the agent that I have now. His name is Charlie, who runs Funny Face Today, Modeling Inc. Or yeah.
Okay, so pause right there. You guys, do you notice how this is unfolding? As she gets more of herself together, a lot of things started to show up that
Hmm.
didn't show up before. When we start the ball to get rolling,
Literally,
things
years old.
align, and they just align at the perfect time, right?
Hmm.
These things weren't showing up before she had her headshots, her website, and before she was really ready. But as you guys start to get ready and you guys start to really put yourself out there in a smart way, the universe will make room for you. Okay. The universe will be like, okay, so you ready
Hmm.
now? Certain things will pop up. You'll bump into certain people because your frequency is changing. A lot of us don't realize we're on a certain frequency, but we're wanting to get an outcome of another frequency, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're on the frequency of I'm focused, I'm working on my package, I'm working on my brand, I'm working on my career, I'm straight narrow focused. Nothing. I don't care about what everybody else got going on. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
about this is my life. This is my gift. This is my goal. I'm focused. So when she
Mm-hmm.
started to get an alignment with the frequency, then things started to attract because she was on a
Yeah.
different frequency. And
Yeah.
then what happened after that?
So I got signed to Funny Face Today, Model Inc. Literally on the spot. So yeah. But also, can I just say before that, I think another one of my goals before that was my reel. And
Yep.
then you brought up, and then you basically introduced the package to me, and I wound up
Mhm.
paying for it. And what was really exciting about that was that I had already had ideas of the characters I wanted to play, and being as open as you were like, send me some stuff, let's see what you got. And you picked 3, and I was like, this is amazing. And because of that, I got back in touch with my acting coach as well. So yeah,
Everything aligned. And then in the
pretty
midst
much.
of that, you booked what?
Um, so later, so we talking about like the background work or the commercial?
The commercial, the first
Okay.
booking.
My first real booking actually happened at the top of June, I believe. You
Mhm.
posted something on your Instagram page. It was, what do you want to accomplish in the next 30 days? And what I said was, I want to get my first commercial booking from my agent. Like, I was like, it doesn't matter, just my first commercial booking. Or TV with lines, whatever.
Or 2 or 3.
And
You said
literally,
something like that, like
yeah,
or 2 or
2
3.
or 3. And what wound up happening is I had a bunch of self-tape castings that he had actually submitted me to. And I actually submitted myself to the same ones. And then one of them was for It Cosmetics. I didn't do that one. He actually submitted me to that one, but I actually got that one.
So
So
a
yeah,
year
I got my
later,
first booking.
you got your first booking, you
Mm-hmm.
got your headshots, your
Mm-hmm.
website, your
Mm-hmm.
demo reel that you wrote,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're at the place where some people who are watching right now are at, or some people are striving to get to. Now you're looking for a theatrical agent. So here we are. I am
Mm-hmm.
so proud of you, Tiffany. I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad that you trusted me and you're continuing to trust me. I will not veer you wrong. I got you. So we're going to do this live coaching for everybody to
Mm-hmm.
see.
Okay.
And yes, I saw you had your pen and pad
Yeah.
ready.
So
Uh, so the first thing, you already have your target list of shows that you want to get on, right?
yes.
So the first step, guys, is to create a target 10 list of shows. Now, what does this target 10 list of shows consist of? It consists of what shows not only do you want to book, but what shows are your niche characters on? What shows are your niche characters on? Okay. Um, what do I mean by niche? Let me just break this down because everybody may not know what I'm talking about. When I say niche, what shows have the characters that you would book on there? Are you a college age? Like, are you a college student? What shows have that type of vibe? Do you have experience as a doctor or a nurse? What shows have that vibe? What has your niche? Right? Make a target list of 10 shows. Okay, this is what I tell my students. I'm giving away this because I really, really know that a lot of people need to get an agent, and that's the biggest area that most people struggle in, aligning with the right agent. So, first thing
Mm-hmm.
that she already did was create your target list of shows. Now, actually, let's back up. You are supposed to also have your IMDb Pro. And I
Mm-hmm.
told you to set up your IMDb Pro account because you're going to utilize this tool in order to research the different shows that you would like to book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So after you create your target list of shows, let me make sure you all are with me. Go ahead and comment target list in the comments. Target list. Okay. Target list. This is the play. This is the play. So really, really listen to this. And also, you're going to have homework if you're signed up on the Creating More Connections challenge.com. Okay. You're going to have homework and it's going to have these steps in there. But you have this live to reference. I'm giving this game to all of you. Please follow it. Take it serious. Okay. Target list. So you may say, all right, your target list is a crime drama because you're focused more on, let me give y'all some ideas to create your target list. It may be a crime drama. It may be CSI. It may be All American. It may be because you're a college student, it could be All American, or you see certain roles on there that you would align with. It could be Raising Canaan. I know that's one of your
Mm-hmm.
target shows. Any of the Power shows, right? Because you see yourself in that. I feel like those type of shows have all a broad, really layered list of characters. They
Yeah.
have the everyday people, they have the corporate people, they got the hood people, they got the proper people.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of different characters. So I want you to start thinking about this question. Where are my people? Where are my people? Right? I want you to think about this in a way that maybe you never thought about it before. You need to start asking yourself this question simply because this is going to guide you to aligning with the different producers, directors, writers, casting directors, agents that will have these relationships already. So that's the whole play. Let me give you the next step. Now that you've had your target list, right? Your 10 shows that you could see yourself on. The next thing I want you to do is each show, I want you to start to do your own research, all right? You need to take a show and then put it in the search box on imdbpro.com. imdbpro.com. So one of your shows, Tiffany, is Raising Canaan. So you would
Mm-hmm.
put Raising Canaan in the search box. Okay. I want to make this so simple for you guys. So simple. So stay with me. Go ahead and put search box in the comment. Search box. Okay. First, you sign up on IMDb Pro. Then you create your target list of shows. And then you put one of those shows in the search box. In the search box. Okay. Let me make sure you all are with me. Go ahead and put search box. I want to make sure we're on the same page. We're in this together. Again, you will have this homework, but let's learn this live together. Okay? Because this is going to help all of you get an agent, but not just any agent. An agent connected to the shows that you want to book. Okay? It's not just about, okay, yeah, I have a big agent. Again, I want to reiterate, you want to have an agent that's connected with you and connected to the shows that you want to book. That's the key. That's the key right there. After the search box, you're going to scroll all the way down to it depends on where you are. Some of you are more advanced, some of you are beginners. We really have a lot of beginners watching this. So I'll start off with coaching you on if you're a beginner. You're going to scroll all the way down to, okay, first you're going to see cast and crew. You're going to see cast on there, right? You're going to scroll all the way down to the cast, like at the bottom, where they have some of the cast members that may have had a co-star, some of the cast members that may have had a guest star, right? And you're going to scroll all the way down and see who those actors are that have booked these co-star and guest star roles. Let me back up. After search box, let me see this in the comments. Let me see. Okay, let me see what's the easiest thing to. Okay, go to cast. After search box, let me just see cast in the comments. Cast, cast, because that's where you're going to start doing your research. Okay, so after cast, you're going to scroll down and you're going to see what shows, or I'm sorry, you're going to see what actors have booked the smaller roles. Like you wouldn't go to, I mean, you can if you have more credits. You wouldn't go at the top and say, all right, we're going to search, let's see, somebody on Power, 50 Cent's agent, you know. You're going to scroll all the way down and you're going to see what actors have the co-star roles, the day player roles, the different, like the smaller one-day roles, the one-liners, the two-liners, three-liners, right, under fives. And you're going to see who is their agent. That's why you need to have an IMDb Pro account. You're going to see who their agent is. You're going to see who their agent is. And then after you see who their agent is, you're going to start making a list. And that is your niche list of agents. Why, Kendall? Why is this my niche list of agents? It's your niche list of agents because these are the agents who are connected to the shows that you want to get on. How are they connected? They have talent on the shows that you want to get on. That means they 9 times out of 10 have a relationship or some type of rapport with that casting office. I want you guys to start thinking about your business as a business. So you got that whole play, Tiff?
Yep.
That's what you would begin to do. Another way that you could start to find the best agent is you can begin to see, like when you start to build your network of other actors. Did everybody get all of that? I only have so much time to really go in detail, but everybody get that. Everybody get that whole play. So that is your way to start to work smart and start to look and see connected to the shows that you want to book. That is your blueprint right there. If you follow that and you begin to reach out to people, now we're not gonna have time to go into the actual scripting, all that stuff. For the most part, what you would say is, I always like to use the word collaborate. I'll give you guys this, and on this challenge, I love the word collaborate. It's not needy. It's not forceful.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mutual ground. When networking, I always say, I would love to see how we can collaborate. I love what you're doing. Congratulations. Let's see how we can collaborate. But when I reach out to when I've reached out to these different lists of agents, I would always also congratulate them on the work that they're doing with their clients. Hey, congratulations on getting your client Sarah on Raising Canaan. That is actually one of my target list of shows. I'm reaching out to you to let you know that I would love to collaborate and see if we could set up a meeting and possibly work together. Here is a link to my demo reel. Here are a few of my headshots. Like, reach out to them in a confident way. Like you're just reaching out to another person that you're going to connect with, right? We have scripts and all that. We don't have time to really get into that right now. But really start with, especially if you don't have any credits, start with your special skills. Maybe you've played tennis and you won awards in that. Or maybe you have won awards as a sales trainer. You have something that you've done commercially that you can reference and saying, hey, I've booked, quite a few national commercials, but now I'm really looking to venture over into the theatrical world and love what you're doing. So I wanted to send you my information and see if we could possibly set up a meeting. Right? So use your strongest gifts. Use that as the forefront. Use that as the lead, right? Especially if you don't have credits. It doesn't matter if you don't have credits, but you have experience in a certain area, or you have something else that you booked, or commercially, or even if you have certain experience, like a special experience, like you're a great violinist. Like, they need to know these things, right? So they're like, oh wow, well, we may have someone that looks like her, but they're not a violinist, they can't dance. Always, like, all of us are individuals, so reaching out to them in a very strategic way is going to help you stand out, right? And it's going to help you get in front of the people who really rock with you. And then also use your discernment. Use your discernment. Does this person, do you really feel a connection? Do you feel a connection with them? Is this a synergy that, okay, I could see myself working with this person. I could see that they really rock with me. They respect what I'm doing, right? You want to make sure that you surround yourself with the people who really rock with you and really respect what you're doing and respect you. When you feel that sense of respect and you feel that they respect your craft and you feel that they really believe in you, that's the winner. It's not about if they have an A-list roster. 9 times out of 10, if they have an A-list roster, they're going to be what? Tied up, dealing with their A-list roster. You get you a boutique agency just starting out, who's hustling, who's, ready to go, who has some connections to different shows, different casting directors, different producers. Yeah, you want them to have connections. You want them to believe in you, though. That is so important, because somebody that really believes in you is going to push for you in a way that somebody who does not believe in you will not. So you need to use your discernment, and you need to ask yourself, hey, is there a connection between me and my agent? Do I really feel like they rock with me, or do they just shoot me off? I feel like I'm being shelved? Am I just, like, really ask yourself these questions. Another thing to prepare you for when you have meetings, Tiff, I would, you guys do what you want, but I made a mistake of wearing perfume. Okay, I thought I was cute. I came in there, I had perfume, oils. I came in, this was an in-person meeting, okay? I came in there, and this was a really known agency. So she asked me, she said, what is that fragrance? So I thought we were having girl talk. I was like, oh my goodness, it's Blue Nile, and I mixed it with my perfume, and then it just comes up with the scent. And she was like, oh, okay, I'm allergic. I was like, oh shoot. Fail. Epic fail, right? So literally ever since then, I just was like, if I'm going to a meeting, I've got the, it's just the fresh soap smell. Like, I don't want to, somebody may be allergic, you just never know, right? So make sure that you don't wear perfumes. Make sure that, what are some other mistakes? Y'all, I thought I was really killing it going in there. And that was one of the biggest lessons, honestly, that I've learned, like the scents, right? Because I'm really into like smell good stuff. I'm really like dainty and girly. But I want you guys to, yes, right. It's like, I want to go in there, snatch. I want to go in there. No, no, don't do it. So that's one of the tips. I would also just have something ready for when you start to have your agency meetings, right? They're going to ask you different questions because they're going to want to see your vibe. They're going to see your personality. And sometimes it could be weird us talking about ourselves. That could be so weird. Like, oh, so tell me about yourself, right? Where are you from? All these little questions. It's just like, but you starting to practice and starting to get comfortable with, you, and practicing these things before you go into the meeting, and also make sure you do your full research, not on just the shows that they have clients on, but also on the agency as a whole. Oh, I see you guys have been around since 1994, whatever. Really do your research, have some conversation starters, ask them questions, ask them, where they're from, ask them, you guys need to have a really great type of relationship. When I met with my agent, he's Canadian, and he's really funny. Like, we just sit up sometimes, we'll talk a lot about the business aspect of things, but sometimes we'll just laugh about stuff, like,
Mm-hmm.
and we have that cool, like, relationship, right? So
Yeah.
it's good to have a great relationship with your agents, right? You need to have a connection. Exactly. You need to make sure that you are aligned and that that person really believes in you.
Mm-hmm.
That's so important. So, Tiffany, you have your game plan. Do you have any questions that you'd like to ask?
No, I pretty much have everything that I need. I mean, if you want to send that, mock script up so I can
Oh, yeah, I got you.
tailor
You're
it
already
to
in the
my
community.
needs.
Yeah. So, in the mock
That'd be
script,
helpful.
yes, absolutely. In the mock script, this is how I got signed to a really big agency. Well, I've used this whole format. But yeah, I'll definitely make sure you have that. In the mock script, I really just introduced myself. I mentioned my special skills, and this is when I didn't have that many credits. And then I referenced some training that I've had. So again, if you're just starting out, you want to definitely reference your special skills, your training, and those things are really good for them to know, because that can definitely differentiate you from the other talent that, may be on their roster. Even if they have someone that looks identical to you, you may have a special skill that literally differentiates you from that other talent. And now you're when you really present, even if you're a twin, right? Twins can be totally different
Mm-hmm.
when they're going out for representation or acting, because they're different personalities. There's different interests. Even though they look alike, they have different things that make them them,
Yeah.
right? So I want you to think about those things that make you you. And really, you're a writer. You're a
Mm-hmm.
brilliant writer. So you having that, that layout is definitely going to help. And I'll send you the reference. But just
Okay.
wanted to give you something to get started and have the
Yeah.
people able to reference this and have you come up. But keep going. I know you're already in our community. I'm very proud of you. I'm here with you.
Yes.
And yeah, you have the whole play. You got the whole play to really search for and start to create a list of different agents that are connected to your niche list of shows, and so to do the rest of these people. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely utilize that, guys.
Definitely
But thank you
will.
so much for coming up, Tiffany.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for helping me. This is really good. Helpful. So helpful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so glad that, because you know what? I really wanted to work with people who are action takers, because
Mm.
honestly, if you don't take the actions, it's not going to work, right?
No,
Like, you can know
it's not.
exactly what to do, but if you don't do it, you're not going to get the results. And that's why I just tell people, you have to find somebody that you can really trust, that you can rock with and just take direction from. Because
Mm-hmm.
if they've already done what you're trying to do, then 9 times out of 10 they can lead you and show you exactly how to do it. But you have to be coachable, and you have to act, quote
Yeah, you have
unquote.
to be willing to really put yourself in these predicaments and these situations. If you're just waiting for someone else to do it for you, you're never gonna. It's just never gonna happen. It's
Yeah,
never gonna happen. So,
absolutely. And nobody's gonna come knock on your door and be like, "Hey, I heard you need an agent." Like, people are in their own world. They got their own problems, their own stuff going on,
hmm
So it's really important that you all, and well, us as a whole, we continue to make strides and do things for us that other people just are not going to do. We have to have a
hmm
great team. I don't care if you are a filmmaker, or you're an actor that shoots your own projects. It's good to also have a team that's submitting you for things
hmm
um, while you're doing that. So now you guys are both working towards a larger goal that has a
yeah.
synergy, and you all are
hmm
able to bring that together, and you're working over here, they're working over here, you're bringing it together when need be. So I can't wait for you're going to have this next step done. I already know you're going to create the list, just create an Excel sheet, a list of the different agents that are in your niche audience. And then, yeah, I can't wait till then we'll give you some next steps. It's about doing this step by step.
Yes, I can't wait. You already know me. I can't wait.
I know you're going to do it. That's why. So thanks so much for coming up. And also another play, real quick before you leave, Tiff. You're already a part of an agency commercially. Yes. So, and you already booked a role with them. So maybe you can reach out to a theatrical agent in your agency that, may be able to take a meeting with as well, because you're already in that family.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. So I would definitely say that that's another option for you. And then if you have any actor friends that you're really cool with, maybe possibly asking them for a referral to their theatrical agent. So now you have 3 plays. You could do it through the referral. You could do it through your own agency that you're already commercially signed with, or you can go the IMDb Pro route and see what agents are a part of the shows that are on your target list.
Okay.
All right. So you guys got some tea. Can I see some value in these comments? Can I see some value in these comments? Honestly, you guys, nobody's teaching these type of things, honestly. This is really high level teaching, simply because so many people are just trying to figure it out and wing it and reach out to 50 people blind. And then it's oh my God, I didn't get any response. It's because you're reaching, it's like dating. Okay. So how would you feel if you just were on a date with somebody, but that they asked 100 people out the same day? You'd be you're weird. Why are you so desperate? You want all these people? You want to have some exclusivity associated with you, right?
Yeah.
You want to have some selectiveness associated with you. Okay. I'm not married, but guess what? It looked like it. I'm wearing this ring. Oh no, I'm taken, because I am taken. My time is taken. Okay. I'm focused. So yes, you look exclusive instead of, hey, I'm available for anybody. I'm not available for anybody, and I'm not just for anybody. Right? So we have to think about it in that aspect when we're looking for representation. We have to think about it in that aspect, simply because it's, oh my God, please don't do this. Oh my goodness. I've seen actors do this. It drives me up a wall. Please don't do this. Please don't do what I'm about to say. Do not, please, if you don't get anything else out of this, do not email 50 agents and let them see that you're emailing 49 other agents. Please don't do that. Not only is that oh, okay, well, they know you're looking for representation. That's not the problem. What the problem is that, okay, I'm just a part of the list. You know what I'm saying? It's when you have that specificity, when you email somebody, it makes it more personable. It's less spammy. It's less, oh, okay, well, they emailed 100 people and I'm a part of the list. So it's kind of okay, this actor doesn't even, whatever. They just disregard. But if you reach out to them like a person and, hey, John, I see that you represent Sally on Power, and I want to say congratulations on the work that you're doing. My name is Tiffany, and I just wanted to reach out to you and let you know that I would love to collaborate with you and see how we can work together theatrically. You're already signed commercially. I just recently booked a beauty brand, and I'm looking to start more bookings in the theatrical area, in theatrical arena. So below is a link to my demo reel, my headshots, and my website. You could take a look and let me know if you would like to set up a meeting. I look forward to hearing from you. Something simple. And when you reach out to them, make sure that don't send them like, oh, another thing. Oh God. I see people do this like stuff. Another thing, sending them long paragraphs that are hard to read. Like, hey, I'm from da, 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 and it's just like you just spit out everything, right? And it's like, whoa, like, and then they sometimes don't even read. A lot of times don't even read it because they look at all the words and it's just a lot, and then they don't know you, and it's just like delete. You know what I mean? So you don't even space out your paragraphs. Make it super simple, stupid, easy to read, right? Super simple, stupid, easy to read. And just think about if you were an agent. Think about if, you know what I mean? Like, always put yourself in the other person's shoes. What kind of person would you want to work with? What kind of email would you open? What kind of subject line would that be? Right? It's really important. The subject line that I always use that usually gets people to open up the email is congrats, comma, and their client's name. Because first of all, they don't know where that's coming from. So it doesn't look like in the subject line. I mean, you could do whatever you want. I would say don't put looking for a new representation. They're going to be like, okay, all right. I mean, sometimes they'll open it if it's maybe a referral or something like that, but they may feel like, I don't have time for this. I got to go over here and deal with these clients I already have, or whatever the case, right? So I always would put like congrats, comma, and their client's name. They're like, what's this? And then boom, you got to get in people's head. Like when you really reach out to someone, do it in a strategic way that is not like every other actor, right? Every other actor is going to put new representation in the freaking subject. They're going to maybe attach 60 emails and have long paragraphs and just like, it's just like some students would come to me like, I just can't get signed. I'm like, okay, well, I've reached out to 200 people. Okay, wow. Okay, so let me see what you've done. And then I see that I'm like, oh no, that's why you're not getting any responses. You have to do this in a strategic way. You don't want to sign with any old agents.
No.
You need to have some exclusivity to you. You need to research this agency and make sure they have the connections that you want to be a part of. And they have relationships with the shows that you want to book. That's the type of agency that you want to sign with. Not just any old agency because they're an agency. No. So having that specificity will not only also make them respect you because you did your research, but it will save you from wasting so much time, energy, reaching out to hundreds of people like you're on, just blind sending stuff. You have no kind of specificity, no type of connection or anything to reference that's a common ground. You referencing their client, that's a common ground reference. Right? So you referencing them is like, oh, okay, yeah, they did their research. Okay, cool. Let's see. Who is this? They got some, okay. Even if you don't have any credit, I did this with no credits. Okay. Like, so it doesn't really matter. You may be saying, oh, well, I don't have any credits. I've gotten theatrical representation with 0 credits. Okay. It's all about presentation. And presentation is a lot of times reality. Because how you present yourself the first time is how someone remembers you. So you want to make sure that you're presenting yourself in a way that's not only memorable, but it's not desperate. You reaching out to 500 agents at one time that you haven't researched is a little bit desperate. And you don't want to have desperate energy. You want to have exclusivity written all over you, even if you don't have any credits. Walk in it now, talk in it now, be in it now. When you act the part, like, I mean, I wouldn't say do anything crazy. Please don't take my words and run with them. When I say walk in it now, you have to walk in it and you have to think like the person that you're working to become. The person that you're working to become has some exclusivity. They have some respect about themselves. They're not desperate.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you don't have any credits. It doesn't matter if someone has more than you. It really doesn't matter. They have some exclusivity. They have a presence about them that's like, ooh, I want to know this actor, opposed to the actor wants to know you. Like, it's just a difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of them you pull back from, one of them you lean towards. Like, oh shoot, who is this? And then don't let you really know your craft and really have mastered that. Tiffany's a great actor. So when she gets in these rooms and they want to see a monologue or a scene, and she pulls out that thing, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, let's get going. You know what I'm saying? So you want to
Mm-hmm.
have that exclusivity. You want to have that it factor about you. You have to know that you're worthy of signing with an agent who is great and also connected in your niche area,
Mm-hmm.
instead of just signing with anybody. Think about it again as a relationship. Do you want to have a relationship just to have a relationship? Or do you want to have a relationship with the love of your life? Somebody that you really care about, that really cares about you? Or do you just want to be in a relationship to be in a relationship? Right? You got to think about that when it comes to your career. You want to have strategically built relationships. You
Mm-hmm.
want them to make sense for the longevity of your life and career. You want to enter relationships in a strategic way and also let things happen organically at the same time. Because again, if you didn't let things happen organically, a lot though, you wouldn't have got your commercial agent,
Mm-hmm.
right? You were in alignment to get that commercial agent because of the action steps you were taking.
Yeah.
So that's why you got the commercial agent. Now you're strategically getting a theatrical agent, but you're doing it in a non-needy,
Mm-hmm.
non-desperate way. And I'm just a fan of that. I don't like beginner people to feel like they have to be in a vulnerable, pick me, I got it. Like, that is just not, that's energy that's not really received well. And
Yeah.
you gotta have more respect for yourself and love for yourself, even if you don't have credits. That's belittling yourself, right? You being so, oh my God, I hope they, instead of, let me make a list of niche agents. Let's see what shows, what their clients are doing. Do your research. Let's see what they got going on. I'm going to reach out to them in a respectful way, right? Even if some people weren't interested in signing with me, they would be like, yo, your presentation, how you reached out to me, it's just, I really appreciate it. And some of those became new contacts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you just never know. But that is what I wanted to share with you all today. Thanks so much for coming on, Tiffany.
Thank you for having me. Everything was
Absolutely.
helpful, like I said.
Well, keep going. You're up next. Now you have your reel, your website, your headshots and everything, your commercial agent, your first booking, and just stick with us another year. Lord Jesus, what are you gonna have
Yes,
me
I
next
will.
year?
Oh, trust me, I'm coming. Y'all got me for another year. I'm not going anywhere until I get that agent.
Absolutely. All right. So I'm gonna let you go. Thanks so much, Tiff.
Thanks.
All right, you guys. So
Wait,
you
how does this
got to
work?
really what you say, Tiff?
I'm like, do I exit out of this or what?
Um, let me see. Is it letting you? Okay, I'll exit you out. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So you guys got to live vicariously through my student Tiffany, who has a commercial agent, first booking, website, headshots, reel, everything we built for her. And I wanted to share these things with you because I want you to reach out to agencies in a confident, non-needy way that can make you stand out from the rest, because you definitely came and you're a part of this experience of the Create More Connections Challenge because you were meant to meet me in some capacity. I don't know what journey you're on, what part of your journey you're on right now. But I want you all to know that you don't have to do this in a needy, vulnerable way to put yourself down. Okay, I see a lot of actors do this. I see a lot of actors put themselves down and put everybody up. They put themselves here and they put everybody up here. And you really don't have to do it that way. Do it like the business person that you are. Think, talk, walk, breathe, and reason like your best self. Your best self would create options. You would have options and choices when it comes to representation. And you would also present yourself in a manner that you want to be respected and that you want to be remembered ultimately, and attracting the right agent that's going to work collectively with you. All right. So I'm going to answer some last questions. You can go ahead and put them here in the question box. Let me know what questions you all have before we wrap up today, okay? Thanks so much, Zuli. I really wanted to share this because um, I know that a lot of people struggle in this area, and you don't have to. You really don't have to struggle in looking for representation. You don't. It's something that you're eventually going to need in your career, and you want to just think about doing it in the most strategic, smart, non-needy way. All right, so if you all don't have any questions, you're going to get a link to the homework. It's going to be automatically sent to you if you've signed up on the Create More Connections Challenge.com. Go ahead and post that link for me, Maurice, please. My assistant here is amazing, and she will definitely post the link, and I'll pin it in the comments. So you guys got the whole play. You know exactly what you need to do as far as how to connect with the right representation. You know how to find them by first setting up. Thank you. Thank you so much. First signing up an account on IMDb Pro, right? That is your best friend as an actor, IMDb Pro. And then second, making a list of your target list of shows that you not only want to be a part of, no, but shows that you would be cast in, your niche shows. Okay. And three, you're going to search on IMDb Pro, and you're going to put that show in the search box. The first show, you're just going to do one show at a time. By the end of you having all of your shows, then you will have a list of agents that are attached to those shows. You would reach out to them. Now you're having a targeted reach out, opposed to just emailing 50 people at once, and they see that and you don't even carbon copy, Lord Jesus. And instead of doing it that way, it's just better to make sure that you have a strategic plan, and you reach out, and after you search for the show, you would scroll down and see who has some of the guest star, co-star credits. And then after you see who has the guest and co-star credits, you will see who their agents are. Okay. So let's see here. Question: do you need an agent for modeling, commercial, and film? Yes. Not necessarily need, but to start off, I know you've already gotten started, Zuli, but if you really want to take things to a higher level, eventually, yes, you would need an agent. Some agents have different departments. They have their commercial division, they have their voiceover division, they have their film and TV, and then they have their modeling division. And then some agents are specifically for modeling. I mean, 3 different ones. Some of them won't allow you to. It just depends on the agency. Some agents want to sign you across the board. Some agencies will just sign you commercially and not, in the theatrical and modeling division. So yeah, it just will really depend on your circumstances with the agency, if that makes sense. Did that answer your question? Yeah, Maurice, the link is Create More Connections Challenge. I'm going to go ahead and create more connections. So you guys are going to get the, okay, cool. Just want to make sure you got that. Create more connections challenge.com. I want to make sure you guys are on this because this is how you're going to get the homework. It'll automatically come to you if you're on the Create More Connections Challenge email list. Create more, did I spell that right? Create More Connections challenge.com. I wish they let you put a link in here. It would be so much. Thank you, Maurice. Ciao. I'm trying not to let the thing hop off. Y'all saw it when yesterday. Today I was determined. Okay, Jessica says, when are you going to discuss building relationships with casting? You just got here, right? So we were discussing that earlier, but we're going to go over that a little bit more in detail. I'll go in for that a little bit more in detail tomorrow for you. But building relationships with casting is definitely important. But today we're focused on getting an agent. So I'm going to pin this comment because that's where, yeah, thank you, Dishes Care. So yeah, it's the same thing. Running out of time today to go over it, but tomorrow I will definitely bring that up for you. Just remind me in the comments, Jessica, tomorrow. As we wrap up this challenge, I'll definitely give you some tips on how to build more relationships with casting directors. And you also need to think about building relationships with executives. I think a lot of actors, we focus on casting directors, and mostly all actors are focused on casting directors, right? But I'm such an out of the box thinker. I'm like, all right, if everybody's going over here, I'm going to go over here. Okay. Let me start to build more relationships also with directors, with producers, with writers, because a lot of people forget about them. But what a lot of people don't realize is that they are the ones who make the final call. So when you have a great relationship with a director who's also the executive producer, and they say, hey, I want this person in this period, then that person gets in. They don't have to go ask the casting director, should we put, look, this is the girl I want, right? It says, also, my manager has said that casting doesn't like it when actors reach out to casting directors. What are your thoughts on that? How can I politically correctly answer this? I would say that you still need to have relationships with casting directors. Okay, if they don't want you to reach out to casting directors, reach out to directors, producers, writers, and start to build relationships with people who have higher power than casting directors. But I would definitely say still build relationships with casting directors, because as a business, you need relationships, right? So we have to think about this. Exactly. That is where you focus. That's where, I mean, because if you think about it, oh my God, a billion actors are trying to build relationships with casting directors. You building relationships with casting directors is you coming in and killing the audition and then remembering you from that, right? And following them, maybe doing some workshops with them, keeping up with them. But strategically building relationships with directors and people who hold a little bit more power, I think is very strategic. And you on that side of the fence are going to have a lot more relationships and also be able to get in their inbox via email a little easier, because a lot of people ignore them. They ignore the directors. Everybody's swarming over the casting directors. They ignore the producers. They ignore the writers. They just focus on casting. And they don't realize that, a lot of the directors and the producers hold the power that can get them in the room and not have to ask permission for them to be and stay in the room. I heard that you can do something like send an annual Christmas or Happy New Year card to people, and that's okay to send it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can do things like that to differentiate yourself. But it's just really important that you really focus on building new relationships. You should be having coffee, tea with different directors, different producers, different, even assistants. Build relationships with assistants. People underestimate people who aren't necessarily the casting director, but everyone is so focused on the casting director, which you should. You should build relationships with casting directors, but you should also not negate the other people who are part of the productions. It's not only the casting director who is ultimately making the decisions in a production. I know Dennis is a big name director, but I also love his work and want to work with him someday. Build a relationship, you know, ask him, you know, you could send him a message on Instagram. You could find his email on IMDb Pro. Um, or just follow him on Facebook. Like, really look up and see what, maybe he could be speaking somewhere. He has a screening or something. You know, just really make an effort to start aligning yourself with different executives. All right, because a lot of people aren't thinking in that way. Jennifer is a casting director. I love to build a professional for her as well. Absolutely, she cast kind. Awesome. It's true. Build relationships with everyone. Exactly. So that's how we're gonna end this. Build relationships with everyone. You just never know. But also, as you're looking for an agent, as you're looking for an agent, make sure that you do it in a strategic way that I taught you earlier. Yeah, sometimes that happens when you look up different when you look up different emails. It may just be their agent, but sometimes they have their personal email there as well. So with you strategically doing this on a consistent basis, a lot of times you will find some personal emails, especially of directors and producers, because a lot of people ignore them, believe it or not. Thank you. Thank you so much, Zuli. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna end day 2. We've actually gone over, but I wanted to make sure I answer your questions as promised. Day 2 was full of great information. When you're signed up on the Create More Connections Challenge.com, you're gonna get a link to the homework, and I will have this replay up on the page for a little bit, but tomorrow we are going to go even deeper. So it's going to keep getting better and better. Tomorrow is our last day. So let me actually look up tomorrow. Yes, we're going to go over your success checklist. And then we're going to meet one of my students, Tammy. We're going to meet Tammy. I'm here, but at work, I heard every word. I know that's right. Y'all are just, I love it. I love it. My students always, they be at work, on the train, in the, like, it's amazing. All right, well, I'll see you all tomorrow. Again, this is the day 2 of the Create More Connections Challenge. Go ahead and play this back. I'll leave it on our page. It's a lot of tips in here for you that'll definitely help you align with the best agent for you. So I wish you all the absolute best in your agent search. Think about this in a strategic way. Think about this as the business owner that you are. I love you all. Kendall Alexandria signing out. Make sure that you are signed up on the Create More Connections Challenge website. Bye for now.